again. Feel the atmosphere of this broadcast, this house, room, my husband, my children and grandchildren, this ministry. Light us on fire, Holy Ghost.
Okay, let me tell y'all something, man. This is uh Apostle Esther Joy. That's apostle, postal, like a postal service. Esther Joy, Esther Preston, Speedy Preston, Kenneth Preston's mother. That's who I'm representing on Nolan Street. My brother-in-law Ryan is Nolan Ryan. I don't have issues with a Brian because Brian was a friend of Kevin's, a brother of Kevin's. And Kevin's brother Brian, we had a fight because of a little girl that he had with Rhoda. So that little girl, man, I'm talking about her. She must be a big old girl now and don't know her dad either. But Kevin, her dad. And that's who run with Ricky. You know what I'm saying? They probably got that girl. I don't know where they work at. And that girl gotta be with them. Cause I want my daughter with me if I was Kevin. But if she didn't, then she probably with her mom, and her mama what? Getting child support from who? If she think, Kevin her daddy, then that's Kevin's need to pay that child support. If Jack was the baby daddy, nope, it couldn't have been because Kevin was there before me. I don't back up and say somebody before me if they not. All I had was Jeremy, Champ, then Diamond, Nike, Casey, and Onisha. Now I don't argue with nobody about them. Now the vent probably would argue because I know who he was in my life. Now he know who he was in my life and everything, all that cool, but I don't know this dude. That might be y'all son or something. That 6'9" dude. If y'all catch him, I don't know what y'all problem with him is. But whatever he know is the puzzle to y'all zeros and Scarfaces and Tupac's and all that stuff. Tupac was just me, Pac-Man, a black dude named Adam Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So when you deal with me, I knew I had to drop in. I knew Benny was finna die, and I knew he was sick in the house. So it was meant for me to be there, but I had a friend that was taking care of the yard. That was, what his name, Clara's brother-in-law or Clara's friend or whatever. That was the deal with that. So I really didn't know their background and what she had before she had Benny. So I don't know about Tisha and Chea. I don't know city y'all saw her while her husband was down. And then met Adam Jackson and you seen her come right there and land. Not a big one like he had in the planet first, but a little one. Square, and the twins had the trailer he used, he borrowed it, he took it back to him. No problem. They didn't charge him nothing. But what y'all doing to Jack is y'all charge Jack for every well he made in the plant. You know what I'm saying? Y'all charge Jack for all the metal that y'all goddamn got there. Y'all charging for every rod that the kids played with it and broke behind their neck. You charging for that. You charged all the children for just being at home, you know what I'm saying, and not having a mama or daddy there. And what they played with or what they did, you charge them. Now you're looking at these kids now and you want to take some kids' life and scalp them and grown people scalp them. Just the Indians, man, and the Hawaiians. We got kids like this. We got kids like you got. And Mo got one just like Robert Johnson had with Robert Johnson. So goddamn Robert Johnson, you know, Pop Daddy. You know what I'm saying? So that's Troy Harris and, you know, uh that Robert. They kind of like brothers or something, like a baby would be to, you know, Ali. And they have the same name as your mother-in-law and father-in-law and all that's all wrapped up in my brother-in-law Ryan. And how can I get in the truck sitting behind John and he asked me about my brother-in-law fight? And then I'm sitting up there listening to him say that. And then I go back and see my father-in-law look like he did. Like Goldie Mac from the Max here of the plant. shriveling up in the face, and then his face just getting all little, and then looking like Uncle Willie coming back. You ain't even come back. See, Uncle Willie, he left right after that. And then shit, we didn't have that. And then ain't ever where she at. She gone. And then how far do you have to walk now? Miss News, I heard she was still there by Nike and them. But I don't know Roy Lee and them. I ain't been back off of them, man. You know how that went. Now we Leroy now. You ready to go home, Uncle Leroy? Yep. You don't want to fool with these people no more. No, because all they do is eating my flesh and drinking my blood. And that's what I called out and told y'all about Cain and Abel was. And Adam was Cain and Abel was Abel. And Abel couldn't even work with Jackson because that team, they wouldn't let that team be together because Abel had a nice family member and Adam had a nice family member. But Adam knew what happens in people's lives. So Adam went to Germany and seen that they can put all that together in men and women. And they can be one gods like all of us all over the world though. And then there'll be fine women for them and fine women for y'all. But he went to Mexico seeing one of y'all kicked him out. Now y'all got upside down bottle coke looking women when they come out on the top. They don't get stuff in the children don't get toys in the frosted flakes no more, none of that, because all y'all get is wheat thins and all this. Y'all don't even have regular stuff like we got. All the name brand stuff y'all got in Mexico City come from here though. McDonald's, all that, that's Adam Jackson stuff. Then you going in John playing in the McDonald's Classic and all that, and he played in all the different things. But did John go anywhere? Why? Because he was unprotected, because he was kin to Adam Jackson, and that was a black bald dude from Dow Chemical, and they cut his ass up every time he tried to make a move. They cut this and do this and make a movie out of that and lie about it and lie about it. And that's why Hankinson never forgot to fight with Jackson. And even though he said this God's moving is not going to be over till God says so, it's done. Revelation 21, read it. And my title and all that shit I just wrote, read that too. Now throw all that shit behind your back and take that shit off my arm wherever you at. And goddamn shit, tap yourself out. Stick the goddamn emblem up there like you got right here. Get this from the thing. It's dirt now. Black ties, brother. Not no fucked up Tyrone in y'all plant. Now, put this on you and hit that. And them two pins will stick in you, and that's all it'll be. Like getting a tattoo. Put two diamonds in and call it snake eyes. Goddamn. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. Snake eyes. Adam Detroit Jackson. Snake eye. Kind of sleepy too. Ready to chill. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no more audit psychiatry. Audit. We audit adult psychiatry. Yeah, you got Houston adult psychiatry, and people want me to go to the hospital and stuff, but I'm through, man. I done fixed it all. I fixed your circle. I got cars coming in look like your shit. Longhorn written on the back. Coach of it. Who was that? Laribus or Mario? Had to be one of them. But Mario didn't know you about you and Laribus and all them, and how Laribus got in trouble with that woman. And then that man was trying to hook you up to get in there and you wouldn't do it. But then he jumped in there and did it, and then who died? The woman, and what's happened to the kids. Kids good now. Like Darren Matthews here. You leave early, and what was Sam? Look at Sam eyes, y'all, from Peck family. Greg Williams. Think about Greg Williams' family. And think about the Sam that died, Chris Brown, of that family. That's why I say don't come at me unless you know the Evil Knievel we played with this Sam. This the real Sam, not the Sam that's trying to cheat Adam of everything he did. And then let him borrow $50 and wanted it back. I said, you lean, don't expect nothing back. If you expect it back, you wrong, not the people that owe it to you. Shit, that's the rule of the game. So don't judge me, judge the devil. The one I had down there in that black lightning. But now you got chocolate thunder down there. And that lava from volcanoes and slid over to you. It's your turn now. See what you can roll up with that. Tar babies. Shit, that's gar babies. And daddy is all that. And some. Shit. I'm through talking about it. Don't try to talk about no hospital daddy because beds need to be fixed sometime and we do them in here. Work, we work. And we do what we do. If they blackball the welder then took it to him. 'Cause he can weld both sides on his own and see it and x-ray it and see how it go in and do it. And teach welders how to do it because they do it with him every day. So this is like teaching somebody how to get from Germany to here and that place to that place. And we already through with all that. Thank you for your life lessons and everything you've done for me. And I'm here to give you the rest of your life. And Nike and Nisha and Diamond and Casey and all y'all. Casey, don't worry about this baby coming. That's just another one of us. All these different names, don't worry about them names. You make sure these babies know each other. And my money, man, hey, like I say, I don't know who keeping Deare's money from him. Hollywood, y'all say. But goddamn, because Hollywood need to get his ass out of there and get downtown, because that's who y'all problem is. Hollywood, the Mexican dude from Vanderbilt. That's who doing y'all's killing in Holly's life. And killing him too, and that's Kenny Barnaby there. Shit, get out that life and get out that goddamn house. All that thank you when you leaving out of there. You know what you doing there? This day, coming from nothing. That's what you did, came from nothing to be something. Victoria Grace, she the secret behind her. Show me the secret behind her attack. I can't she tell you that. This Takashi 69 shit, y'all better change them goddamn tattoos on my goddamn head. And whoever ain't got no hair on the front, you might not get it, you be lying. You might lose it if you did. So whoever sitting in here trying to wait on this and wait on that, man, I don't know who ain't got my money. Because Edmund got a car, he can go where he want to go. If he can, shit, if he's still walking around, he might be the one living in that house. I don't know, he might have took over there because he said he loved that chandelier. I seen what he did to her when he thought about that chandelier and fell asleep. She got knocked the fuck out. I was like, damn, how she can fall in and shit? So I don't know what that couple doing to y'all, but that's Edmund, Jess, and Diane. I don't know what that problem is. And I don't know what the rest of the world is. Don't call me and tell me to call my goddamn daddy. You call your daddy. You know his name, Stosey. That's little Stosey to you, that's Cloud. Now, and then that boy, that Poe TC brother, he probably under the ground, Troy. They trying to say, they trying to say Troy and Trina them. So, because my kids still niching them and still got their life. And Sean, stop saying that you somebody's, monster, because ain't nobody, none but my little Sean. Shit, send him home. That's the Sean I spell Sean. And that Sean White dude, that's a tan brother, and I don't know if he got Mexican kids too, because I think he do. So don't take nobody kids. Don't mess up nobody kid. Ricky Show got Mexican kid and white kid. And goddamn, listen, them probably got them same kids. So who baby this, who baby that, y'all know you goddamn with them. So goddamn, if you putting your hands on them, James, that's why I'm in your face right now. James, I ain't talking about Jerry James. I'm talking about James with Casey. You turn in to be a Jerry James, you're going to get your ass knocked out this exact on Casey in the face like a motherfucker. So that's how she get her stuff. Hospital for hospital, you in one. I'm through with Enron and I ain't ran because goddamn I'm not no Ron Paul. I used to be, I died from that and my daddy did too when the Bushes went. And Mary, Martha, Michelle, Obama, waiting on you where she live at this minute, waiting on you. We lying and telling the truth and all that at the same time. Doug Addison, like I said, Doug at a son, Doug at a son, Doug at a son, Doug at a son, Doug Smith, what you doing? Adding a son, man? Go ahead, add a son, man. Shit, let me back up and let y'all have y'all stuff. I got a daughter have, she pregnant, but it ain't due till September. Like my firstborn was born. Shit, that's how me look like her in the arms of. And this boy out here look just like that. So I ain't got no problem with mine. Y'all got a problem with y'all. And if y'all want y'all back, shit, bring the daddies back. Shit. And give them life. Because some of them, like that Pete was, that's y'all Pete Rose. He was messed up like that. And now y'all got this down there and there. And that's y'all problem. Not my gambling from my homeboy Gamble. But gamble ain't nothing but product. And we just Gucci all in that. That's my homeboy. We go to Korea, from Korea to this. We first sergeant, man, and then goddamn, he the general of the goddamn army. He went past the lieutenant state. He took all John shit and them down. Shit, and that's Dave you finna listen to. Coming from nothing, let me see what you driving now, cause you bought a whole bunch of shit next door to me, Dave, and I wanna see what you talking about. Cause this Mario, I'm a dead man, but you know what I am in real life. That dead too. Shit.
Good morning, everybody. Let's talk about the prophetic word today. I would like to pray for every single one of you and ask God to heal and move upon your life from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Pray for healing for those listening to this video. This prayer is a prayer of faith, that asking God, agreeing together that God would heal where there is need of healing in the emotions, in the mental, in the physical, in the spiritual. And those most importantly listening to this video would come to know Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior if you don't know him. With that being said, let's focus our attention on Hebrews chapter 11, beginning in verse 3. It says, "By faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God. So we believe, we trust God by faith, that he spoke the worlds into existence. By faith we understand."
Now, y'all problem, you said it was framed by the word of God, and that's on my back. But you say God was framed by the word of God. That's why I tore up all that shit when I seen them pictures. When you had Satan, Michael Archangel, when his foot down on the devil, like he had it on his neck. The picture in the goddamn house is still there. That's what you got in your house. A picture of Michael Archangel stepping down on, the devil's neck. And he told you he wasn't the devil no more. He was Christopher. He repented and stuff for all the stuff he did. And it was the white man stuff that was the stuff he was trying to repent from for them. But Dave, you lied on it. And she ran in the house with that dude in him from the helicopter going up in the sky. And he was in him. And he said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this nigga that. And who was framing the picture? God. When we went to that, place where you buy all kinds of stuff on the road. And what he do? He bought that, he like that. And who was there doing that? The dude who fell on the motorcycle, busted his ass down there, died. He really did die. He don't know himself. He think he had him now. And he think he need what Adam got. He born to be something, but he ain't born to be shit but a messed up nut that he gave somebody one time. Oh man, could have killed him, but he didn't. My dude came out, so Kenny, that's your son. Not crazy, but that work with his mama. That ain't you. You don't work for nobody. It's all you. This Harold. Walk by there all the time. You don't know me, because I used to work with Jackson. I'm a tacker. You don't even know nothing about tacking shit. So we're going to get out of here, man. It's Mario. And that was me across the street at Mario. Not Dave trying to come back, but that was Dave Davis right there. And Nike says she is commenting on Nisha's post, because we are really Nisha right now, Daddy. Ain't nobody trying to take you to the hospital. That's why Jerry and them are really quiet right now. Because it's like Uncle Richard sitting out there with Darlene and scared as hell. Because Darlene don't want nobody to know how she got shot, what happened to her, who shot her, and I don't even know. Freddie don't know, and don't know nobody in Playah know either. You know what I'm saying? It was just something happened that we don't know how it happened, but Tupac got shot when that happened. And Tyson lost his fight when that happened. And what else happened? And everybody went crazy when that happened. So, shit, you know who did what. Shit, nobody. Shit, nobody. Who, 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 who tried ever? Trust ever. Don't call me again, get my name down. Yeah, me, here, nobody. Shit. Who you calling first? Don't lie. Who you calling first? Don't lie. Probably Nisha and shit. Me and her gone. That's all. You know it. Shit, that's what I'm calling. Like Nisha and Jimmy right here. Shit, they can come down there too, but I gotta find my spot in my lane and stuff. I gotta have a car like. I don't need to be looking at the old Air Force Base and the old hospital where it was. Forget that. I'm not in your era. I'm in the 2020 era of some people that was crying just the other day, last couple of years ago, that somebody died in their family and they were staying alive a long time along with my grandmother and mine left theirs, left my mama left theirs, left. And I'm through now. You got King Solomon hollering at me now. But I know it's up. We good. Born King Rich. That's me and Rich George and my boys, May 12th. Goddamn, May 12th. May 12th. May 12 years old, Adam. 13, I'd have been with Paul. So Paul know him and Sonya. They cool, but shit, you know that's a burning building. If you go in there like Jerry James would be a burning building for BB. I'm sorry, man. I'm just backing up this Ralph. Backed up off that. You know, like Jerry Bryant stealing something from Tex, buying something from Tex. He know it was Adam. That was really a first place project. He should have gave back to Adam like a ring they should have did for OJ. Instead of burning Orange Juice Jones up and shooting goddamn Marvin Gaye because they love the way they talk. You know what I'm saying? Leave my dad alone. He ain't trying to mess with none of y'all women. And then y'all women to get their bodies back and shit. And their body parts back. And them niggas to get their arms back and stop rolling people up and beating people up and shit. And them gangbangers, you know they ain't alive no more. Ain't none of them living. See, that's why them big names can't walk up on you. Because they little names, man, big bodies. You know, seeing that they can do this and do this, but they rubbing titties and stuff because they know they can. Because they know their daddy can't do it no more. They died for that shit. Jealousy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. This Nisha, daddy, shit. Boy, this really the trip. These people are thinking too much and too far gone. Cappy, you need to just straighten up and act like you know better and tell them who Kendra is and what Kendra is now and all that stuff. You need to talk to him. And Landon Brown, I don't know. Who know Landon Brown? I know Brandon at work, but I don't know no damn Landon Brown and Bobby Christina's brother, Landon. Oh, okay, I know Bobby Christina. If they pass, you know where she at. They don't talk about no Bobby Christina. If you landed and you try to throw Landon in a landing spot like Landon or London, oh, I don't know, man. It's just too much going on. It's too many brothers-in-law, sisters-in-law lying on people. I know John Slavic lied on me. It's Mario and, you know, the whole team down there. They love this dude right here talking to y'all. And them women messed over, and them was Milton women's doctors, not yours. What he say they do, what Doc Chemical said they do. Now what you say they do. Shit. Oh, this grandmother right there. Yeah, see that grandmother right there, light skinned woman. Will probably tell you everything. It's Jara. You know my name, shit. I said them all. And I don't need play.
Hi, it's Missy Gordon here, and welcome back to Practical Spirituality, where the practical and the spiritual meet. Today we're going to be continuing our Names of God series, and we're going to be looking at Jehovah Jireh. This name simply means the Lord will provide. But to get a full understanding of what he really means by provide, we have to start by looking at Genesis 22. That's where this name of God was first used and experienced. In the first verse of Genesis 22, we see what started this whole situation. Now it came to pass after these things that God tested Abraham. And he said to Abraham, Abraham. And Abraham said, here I am. What's up, Lord? And God said to him, I want you to take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love. God knew how much Abraham loved this boy. I want you to take that son that you love. I want you to go to the land of Moriah, and I want you to offer him there as a burnt offering. Can you imagine being Abraham in this moment? Abraham had been through so much to get to this point in his life. He was an old man at this time. When God first came to him and said, Abraham, I am going to make you the father of many nations. He brought him out and said, look at the sky, look at the stars out there. See how many stars there are? That's how many kids you're going to have. That's how many generations of people are going to come after you. And at this time, Abraham hadn't even had one child. He and his wife were much too old at this point to conceive children, but the Lord said, you will bear a son. And he made this promise to Abraham. Now, I'm going to skip some of the story. Now, what brings us to this point many years later is now this boy has been given to Abraham. He has this son, Isaac, whom he loves with all of his heart. God gave this promise to Abraham. Have you ever felt like God gave you a promise? Have you ever felt like God spoke to you and you were in a situation where eventually that word came to pass? You would think that that was the end of the story. You would think that when God finally gave Isaac to Abraham and Sarah, you would think that that was the end of things. So why in Genesis 22 does it say God tested Abraham? Why would he test Abraham? And what is this test? Well, the test was simply to give Abraham the option. Abraham, are you going to love what I gave you more than the giver himself? That was really the question that God was asking Abraham. And as he was going with his son up that mountain to sacrifice his son, knowing what God had told him, the Lord spoke to him and said, take now your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, go to the land of Moriah and offer him there as a burnt offering.
And what you think my grandson think about that? He hear that after we done that already. We done that too many times. Then I let you cook me. Look at what you doing, smoking dope. You smoking me. I'm the bush, and I'm the bank. So wood forest. I'm the pine trees and all that out there. That come down off that, come out that volcano and burn your ass up. Now, a lot of countries all over the world and went through a lot of shit. And there's a lot of empty spots, a lot of places. All I'm hearing is old white men out there talking. They hear no nice looking black girl, German girl, talking about their parents and showing no good looking parents and shit like that, walking around with them and shit. They ain't doing that. I'm showing you old men like John Vaslavic them and whoever Joe Wardell was is out of goddamn work. And ain't margin them and you and Rich and them running the goddamn plant. All Jeremy and them got to do is go there. Because people with you ain't the ones with you right now. one with you we fussing with. But we trying to get Nisha and them and Adam them everything up and everything over. We ain't trying to kill Tupac. If you out there, Tupac, it's you. Stay alive, nigga. Shit, stay alive. Shit. You ain't gotta sacrifice yourself at no goddamn concert and die for the motherfucker. Fuck that. Shit, and you don't need a whole bunch of police with no goddamn guns either. Trying to protect somebody, if y'all know who in the goddamn car, and the kids and the daddy is goddamn God and the kids of God. And the whole world coming through, you don't need to know who all in them cars. Why you need to know who John F. Kennedy is? Adam, all of them. Everybody Adam. So when you shoot one in that car, you shot them all. That's just why we here. Not gambling, but gamble my best friend. Not pricing, but price my best friend. Price there and back here. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a Ron Price that I went and he seen me get baptized. Just like Lawrence and them. Yeah. Sergeant Harris Al, you know, Sergeant Harris Al, Adam LaTroy was my best friend. But Sergeant Harris Scotty wasn't shit, and that became the one that tried to act like he was Sergeant Al at the Church of Christ in Freeport on 6th Street. Fuck that. And then come over here and then, trying to be this and that. Man, I ain't going for none of that shit. I forgot all the people I know. I know Caleb and Wee Wee and all them, and I know T Wee and all them too, and I know Freddie Jackson. And I know Freddie don't know none of them niggas down there in Freeport. All he know is goddamn what he seen on TV and the people he know from down there. They got kids just like he got, and Kendra got down there. Just like the kids got down Robert Johnson had, that he wanted to shoot a nigga in the back of the head over property. If a nigga come out looking just like that and looking just like that and you take care of him for a long time, you gonna be mad, especially if somebody make you pay for him. You might have a problem with that, and that might be the Rand's problem. Then they might have heard something somebody else did. It might have been your problem because that old girlfriend was a girlfriend a long time ago from West Columbia. Then that just sent everything to going crazy. Juanita became, Florida Smith. Goddamn, we just went down here from there to Smith. Tommy Singletary's wife became Smitty Singletary. Goddamn, I said, damn, boy, y'all tripping. So I just kind of backed off, man, and let y'all trip and go home and trip for years and years, like 22 in this Emmitt Smith. And I played like I was slow, but this was Horace's game. So I wanted him to think Horace was the best. And he said Horace was the best, and that was my clue to let me keep my mouth shut as Emmitt Smith. Because I was Horace Robinson. If you knew my brother was Johnny Robinson, the one that was on the band, and you'd have heard him, you'd hear him right now in your mind. And he wasn't gay, I think he got kids. But then if you go to Paul Quinn and see where Adam was with, they was with the one who playing all them pranks on y'all everywhere, and got that TV show, what's his name? When Sonya's first boyfriend got cut up in her face. Goddamn, y'all know him as Ricky Smiley. What's that saying? Ricky goddamn Parker, probably. Shit. Because he the one came up with See the Bunny, and that's what y'all do. See the Bunny, and that just put in all stuff. So, shit, man, I know who I am. And when you see me out there, man, as a young man, don't tell me that dance old, because the shit was new to New York, new to the West Coast. But this little Texas girl that came from Bay City, I bet that's her fucking with me now. Fucking with my daughters and shit, with her low down ass. Just because she wasn't showing them the dance, she didn't want nobody else to do it. And that's what they doing to you, Jesus. This Casey, Nisha, and Diamond, and Nike, and all of them. They doing the same shit to you that they did to everybody else. When you get something good and somebody love it, then everybody gonna hate you. And this Rowan love Jesus. And this James 2 times that. Because we 2 times that because we need 2 or 3 more of these. Goddamn truths telling stories. True people telling stories. Not no picking the Bible and saying it's just like it said and saying God framed the word of God. You're a goddamn lie. Now, if you bring in Bettina's friends and stuff like that, holler at me. But it was a big fat girl down next door to Nike and them, and I don't know who she was. I had a friend named Missy in Paris, but I don't know if this girl anywhere from us. I don't know her. I had a Miss German girl. Don't know her. Missy don't either, probably. So don't frame nobody. Don't talk about nobody. Don't take no life. Just think about life the way it's supposed to be. Family Matters. You get on there and you see what Martin was thinking about and who was on Family Matters. You see your friends probably. And Gabriel is coming, and I got Gabriel that shit. Where's Gabriel? Gabriel work for me. Work for me in White Dove. You know that ain't nothing but tan dove. Allen Iverson, he done got fat. And who is this woman with Allen Iverson? Will be 30. Due to Reebok. Yeah. I ain't got no contract Reebok. Let me see what grandmother would say if she was somebody Eldars. Mac something. Mac Deek. Something. Counter something. Black Wall Street Survival.
You write letters to the Eagle a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You retired now?
Yeah, I retired now.
My husband's retired Air Force.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Would you mind first of all telling me your full name and how it's spelled? Make sure I'm right.
Eldars. Eldris. That's all together.
ELDORIS.
May. M-A. Then McCondishi. M-C-C-O-N.
And in New York.
Yes. C-O-N. D-I-C-H-I.
And how old are you?
88.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
You don't look very.
And have you lived in Tulsa all your life?
Well, since I was 4.
And all right. And so you were how old at the time of the riot?
9 years old.
What'd your family do?
What?
What did your family do for a living?
Oh,
at that
they
time?
were just common workers. My mother worked out, and my father did work it out. It was a Kennedy's golf course then, and that's where he used to work. And years ago, they had to do the greens, and he was out there on the field. He used to call them dragging the greens to keep them so they could play golf. And my mother did housework.
Did you live in or near the Greenwood area?
No, Greenwood area. Oh, yes.
Where'd you live in relation to the business district?
I live right, well, almost in this area. My house is over the track, down Pine. You don't know where they, but anyway, Pine is the main street here. And we were right over the track on Iroquois. And that's the first little street. And my house might have been kind of even with this one over on the other side of the track.
So what do you remember of the day of the riot? Do you remember what you were doing that day?
Yes. The day of the riot, we were running. We were, the people, I looked, my mother, when I was awakened by my mother, I was real frightened because she told me what was happening, and I couldn't imagine that. I just said to her, I just got up and was real afraid, and she says, we have to go out, get out. I said, she says, the white people are killing the colored people. And I just felt that I could see them just lining us up, just going down the line too. But anyway, it wasn't that bad, but we had in the Million Valley track was just lined with people going north. And some were in the head rags, old gowns, because they didn't have any time to get dressed to get out. Even some women left their shoes and was just walking down the track with no shoes on. And it was the crowd was just the whole breadth of the railroad track on the sides and down the middle. And they were all going north because you couldn't go south. And so we went right over the track off Pine of the small chicken coop. And a lot of people went in there because the bullets were just raining down over us. Airplanes were up, just raining down the bullets. And I could see them and I heard them. And I was so frightened, I pulled away from my parents and ran into this chicken coop with all the other people. And I got into the corner of that, just scared as I could be. But my father came in there, and I had to be out with him so I could stay with my family. So that was it. And I don't know, some little town going north on the Lily Valley track. Uh, the, there was a farmer there, very nice. He was white, and he said, as many of you people come into our uh, can come into to get into this house because he had two houses. The first one he lived in, and he had built another one. He said, as many of you can come in and stay as long, until. So we stayed there overnight.
Excuse me, where was that?
This is, I can't remember the town, but we went to Pawhuska from there. Still going on. With the next morning, I know we get more, but I can't remember how my mother, my brother, and myself got to Pawhuska. But we went there and stayed for 2 or 3 days until the all clear sound was made here. And so we came back home.
Do you remember, one of the things we've been talking about a lot is the role of authority figures in the riot, that it wasn't just hoodlums and ruffians, but some of the, do you remember at the age of 9 what the role of authority figures seemed to be?
The authority figures, they were the men the businessmen, is that what you mean?
Business leaders
of Tulsa, yes, and Greenwood. Greenwood was just our street, our town. All the Negroes just had access to Greenwood. Our businesses were there. We had our doctors, our lawyers, our undertakers. All of the businessmen were down on Greenwood, just say from Cameron on back to Archer. But it was further than that. Some was up, and in our schools, Booker T. Washington was the high school, and we had a school, Dunbar, the grade school, and it was down on Eastern, a little 2-story red brick, Dunbar, and they were all blown up. Churches all over in that area, from say Eastern right on down.
Yeah, wake up and be changed, yeah.
Seemed like and the teachers who lived on Detroit,
wake up and be changed.
up the hill, their homes were just
You got the
blown
arm
apart.
stuff right.
And
You ain't limping. You got
so
straight knees. Good.
that
Ain't no hip in
of the
your hip.
business
You ain't
people
got that new
really
hip no more. That's
made the
melted
town
in.
what it was. And
You
of
got
course,
the hip right on time.
my parents
That's
helped
that
too,
you
but
twisted.
it was in a small
You
area.
ain't looking at them.
But it was just, that was it.
So what time did your mother wake you up? Was it at night?
No, it was in the morning. I didn't tell this before, but I had been staying with my cousin about 2 doors down from our house. I had been sleeping down there at night, and I don't remember why now, but I would go home in the morning. So the evening of the riot.
Because Adam was going with this little girl named Martha, and she was so ashamed of herself that she left what she did to Ricky. Ricky called her and said, he don't want to go with you no more. I will, and they started going together, and that's where she left that shoe. One shoe she found, and their grandmother whooped her butt for messing with Ricky. So that was grandmother Martha, husband, my son Edmund, down here on this end being himself in the neighborhood with his friends. But he didn't know that Martha was y'all's daddy's age. So that was Edmund seeing a sister seeing his mama in his girlfriend eyes, and didn't know that was really his mama in another place and time. And that's why y'all where y'all at. You know what I'm saying? That's grandmother, and that was Martha Smith, not Martha Williams, that Ricky was messing around with. So the people who been seeing Brenda come back, ain't nobody really touched Brenda come back yet at her. But she just born just like Nita born now. Everybody newborns now. All we doing is going to graduation and making sure everybody say "about time" to everybody else, because hardly gonna get a big "about time," because he just did a little bit, 2 or 3 years and something. He really didn't know nothing about it. He got messed up. He could have got killed with that too. But I just heard they put something over their head. I seen him behind me, so he could be like Mario, died, wife died, and got the hip, and then they could be trying to frame me with John and Ernest and them. And if I don't forgive them, then they not gonna forgive me and all this bullshit. John and Ernest don't need to be working. I don't even think they need to be a part of this. This son of John, because I don't see what he did for Adam at all. Then I see Mario did a whole bunch. I see whoever Franklin was, but John and them didn't want to come play him in Ernest. They knew they was going down, so you know. And Boogie, shit, Ernest, you know what's up with that. So, shit. Grandmother Martha, everything good. In Tulsa, race massacre. It's probably Tulsa rice massacre. But this about rice now, and y'all calling
it was
it race.
A horrific time for our nation. It's American history. It's Oklahoma history. It's the history of the city. An event so terrible, many history books have shamefully left it out.
I was surprised to learn how much my kids did not know.
They're talking about the 1921 Tulsa Race Riot, or as many know it, the Tulsa Race Massacre.
This was our nation's worst race riot.
Michelle Brown is with the Greenwood Cultural Center. Her office sits on the very spot where nearly 40 acres of vibrant, prosperous property was destroyed, and at least 300 innocent African Americans were senselessly killed. It's a repulsive, violent act that is still affecting lives today.
Having not received any type of reparations, just now being at a point where we are truly acknowledging this history, there's a lot of historical trauma that they are experiencing.
Dr. Carlos Hill teaches African and African American studies at the University of Oklahoma.
What have been one of the wealthiest communities, most educated communities, most peaceful communities in the country was destroyed in less than 18 hours.
The hatred overflowed on May 31st, 1921, after a young black man named Dick Rowland entered the Drexel building in downtown Tulsa and stepped aboard an elevator being operated by a white woman named Sarah Page.
Dick Rowland walks into the elevator. Sarah Page is there. The elevator door closes. There's a scream. The door opens again, and she runs out.
Within hours, Rowland had been accused of assault, even rape. He's arrested and placed in the city's jail. Newspapers in town begin to run their version of the story.
Newspapers in Tulsa begin to report an assault and even a rape.
As the story spread through the white neighborhoods, so did the anger.
And there's talk of a lynching. Dick Rowland's going to be taken from the jail and lynched that night.
A small group of armed African-American men go twice to speak with the sheriff, offering their support to help guard the city jail from the angry massing mob. The sheriff declines both times, but as the men are leaving the second time, a white person confronts the group.
And tries to take away a gun from one of the men.
The African-American men stand their ground.
And a melee ensues. The gun is fired. A white person is shot. And from that point, as we would say, all hell breaks loose.
The African-American men retreat down the road to the Greenwood district.
And they are followed very closely by other white men.
Gunfire continues to be exchanged between the groups.
When daybreak came, there's an even larger group of whites that have sort of mobilized, and at daybreak they enter into the Greenwood district.
What was a neighborhood of intellect, family values, some of the most successful African Americans in the country, became a war zone.
Began to burn, loot, kill innocent people, bystanders.
African Americans caught in the violent racist attack were killed, their livelihoods wiped from the map.
Their community was destroyed, their homes were destroyed, their businesses were destroyed, their churches were destroyed, their schools were destroyed.
Since then, Tulsa has been left with a scar that is yet to heal, wounds that have caused distrust of city leaders and allowed for systemic racist policies to dictate the lives of African Americans in Tulsa.
So the way that they feel about the police, the way they feel about city officials, the way they feel about being citizens of Tulsa.
Michelle Brown says only in learning the full history of the Tulsa Race Massacre can one begin to see the pain it has caused Tulsans for a century.
When we realize and acknowledge the history, we understand some of what they are experiencing emotionally and mentally and even spiritually.
That's why having the knowledge and courage to educate Tulsa's youth about our history is critical.
For a lot of kids, when they think of topics like segregation, they think of the deep, deep South, and they don't really connect it to Oklahoma and Tulsa.
Shrita Ashley teaches history at Edison Preparatory School. She says educating students about the race massacre helps them self-reflect and grow as young adults.
It made it more real for them because they could connect to places they knew in town, parts of town that they had lived in the past or they live in currently, and understand why is there so much difference between different segments of Tulsa.
But having these conversations has proved difficult for many adults, even teachers.
They did not feel comfortable talking about this part of history in their classrooms. They didn't know how to discuss it and address it.
Brown saying many educators she's mentored lacked enough knowledge to facilitate meaningful conversations.
They did not know enough about it to be able to educate their students about it.
For Shrita Ashley, the educational process for teachers begins with self-awareness.
And be okay with accepting that you've done things wrong, and it's okay. You know, you're a person, you're a human, and you realize this hasn't been working, and it's okay to change that.
Saying it's important to be okay with being uncomfortable, knowing students have a safe place to learn, discuss, and express themselves about the terrible events during the Tulsa Race Massacre.
So I think by having kids exposed to teachers who can guide them and facilitate those types of discussions helps the kids see how to facilitate those discussions.
They need to be aware of and be able to understand sort of how this issue still impacts them, how it still impacts their community.
That they give students the freedom to respond as openly and honestly as they would like. Give them the opportunity to express themselves.
The hope is that by educating students about the Tulsa Race Massacre and the lasting effects still resonating in Tulsa today,
the biggest strides and the biggest changes are definitely going to come in having kids grow up and take in those positions of power. They become the teachers, they become the leaders.
That they can grow into more well-informed adults that can create positive, lasting change in Tulsa.
Most of these students, as history has shown us, will be here. They'll be leaders in our city, and they can see where these problems started, and they can figure out where to go from here.
Hoping one day the deadly racist attack will serve as a reminder of our evil past, but also highlight the qualities of African Americans who endured such terrible acts of violence and oppression.
It was an attempted expulsion that was unsuccessful, and I think probably the thing that Black people are most proud about in relationship to the Tulsa Race Riot or the massacre is the fact that the community was rebuilt.
That African Americans in Tulsa would not break to the pressure of racism and injustice.
It's a testament to the strength of the community. It's a testament to the high quality of the people who were adversely impacted by the race riot.
And the importance of learning about our history so the city can heal, ultimately making Tulsa a place everyone feels welcome, that everyone can be proud to call home.
It makes the society better. That's why we believe in public education, right? Because an educated public leads us to all have a better quality of life.
So I think it's more than just the history of violence and destruction. It's also this really story about courage and persistence and resilience.
Yeah, they thinking kind of, that was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, y'all. And that was a woman named something, Sharita something. We know Sharita to be Jolene and Denny Ridge and Jolene. That's y'all Joseph DeLoach and Mary Franklin. That's y'all Stevie Franklin and Joby Franklin, Patrick Franklin, all Robert Franklin. That's all we is, man. Different names. Merchants or Adams Dollars. And Adams Dollars is our goal. And Adam's sons is Cain and Abel. So you fuck with Cain, I'm gonna fuck with you. And then what am I? Kinda like y'all, ain't I? In that same image, huh? In my name, Jesus. Spelled like you fucked up Judas. And I'm really Jesus now, because Jesus became Jesus. And that's Jesus, the son, to Jesus, the daddy, and got himself out of here. And he didn't hang himself, this Tia, y'all did. With all that nonsense y'all make people do to walk your way out of here. Shit, you need people that's low down behind you. And don't let them touch you no more either. I'm talking to all families. Do what you gotta do. We don't fuck with no goddamn people that's gonna hurt us. Shit, Atlanta race rides. And ain't no race ride, y'all. It's rice wide. Ride. Rice ride. Goddamn, because that's all we dealing about. And then the other rides here, who killed Tupac? That's why the black people kill him. Because they trying to kill you because you got on something that Tupac had on his stomach, thug like. So they shot him all up. That's why your boy got shot in the stomach. He got shot 5 times in the back. Because they tripping out on him like he was a Tupac. And that was way back then when you came out the army and did what you did. And they thought Tupac did it. So, shit, they was after you with this bullshit. And slavery, they had nothing. They wasn't thinking about no slavery back then. Nope. They wasn't thinking about no slavery. They thinking about gang banging and stuff like that. Whites and blacks was gang banging. It wasn't just whites and blacks. The white, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, everybody, Japanese, everybody was trying to go through black people to knock out blacks and whites and whoever was on the side of Tupac and knew about what Cease knew. So that's why, man, I say Marvin Cease was Marvin Watson and his wife, and Mr. Click was the clique that messed all y'all in this business, Sam. And Sam was the clique was clammed up with. And Click had to work for Sam and fix stuff for Sam because Sam didn't know how to fix them. And then Click had to fix them. And that's how come he had to fix them, because he had to pay child support for his child. And all that shit just go all up there. And Marvin ain't seen his little kids on the other side of the family probably ain't 20 years. Unless he sneak over there and do it, or take them with him like yours going with you now everywhere you go. But they don't want to be without you. It's like, shit. To get where he was, he had to give away kids because his wife wouldn't let him see him or nothing. And Colton is the one he take care of. And then you got your boy, Kobe. Now Kobe, that's Dexter's son. And you know Kobe ain't messing over nobody, ain't doing nothing wrong with nobody. And he was your fire watching. He was out there fitting for you when who was supposed to be fitting for you? A fitter. He wasn't even a fitter person. He wasn't even a fitter. They were scared to get their ass out there, so they sent him out there to be out there instead of sending somebody who was supposed to be a real fitter out there to do what he was doing. That's why I ain't like that, because he was out there trying to fit something that me and him, wasn't even supposed to be hooked up to do. But he did it because I made sure he did it right, and we got them right, so you ain't have to fix that up. But shit, I was ready to quit after that. Don't fuck with me, because I was mad at him because he's supposed to have money all the time and whatever he want. But he's supposed to do what his daddy, learn how to do what his daddy. And he learn how to wear now, because I done went to 20, 21. Shit, too many goddamn times. So anybody follow me as a welder, not a dope dealer, or not this and that. And dope dealer, what you gonna sell dope from a dope dealer from if you ain't got a dispensary around the corner? Some people can go to the dispensary, get it, and bring it to you. too, and that's cool. So don't act like you got to do it in the street and you can't have this block, you can't have this block, and we got to kill, steal, and destroy for the blocks. Shit, no, it's the white people, black people, and every other color involved. Martin Luther King. Shit. Civil rights, 11 months. Shit, we done this shit. That's it. And then you'll say, goddamn, me and Adrian, Martin Luther King. So I just say Martin Luther X, because I know the white Martin Luther was cool. I agree with him. He'll drink a beer with you. And the black Martin Luther was cool. I deal with him because he go non-violent. But them other ones that want to keep violence and stuff, I don't appreciate that.
You can transform your videos from looking like an 80s home video to a modern day Hollywood blockbuster. And you can do that by adding animated text to your videos just like this. And you can even
What's up, family? The search continues for possibly multiple shooters as gunfire rang out at the Houston Police Department Southeast Division Station on Sunday morning. Police say that they have set up a containment area. They are collecting evidence, and the investigation is ongoing. They don't have any suspects. They said that bullets went over officers' heads. You see, there's only one little problem with that, fam. They've searched the area where they say the gunfire was coming from, and they haven't found one shell casing. They say they heard 50 to 60 shots, not 5 or 6 shots. 50 to 60 shots. Boom, 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 boom. And not one shell casing. Could it have been firecrackers?
Could have been firecrackers, man. We carry firecrackers. There are a number of
reports around the country in the wake of the George Floyd murder.
Yeah, because y'all still in that lava that we left, this Richard George and Adam Jackson. Y'all know how we got messed up. And y'all know when I went to get my rings from that girl's house, where I went to get them.
Police officers are setting fires